Alright, everyone, welcome back. We have made it as far as we can go. We've had a little bit of everything this series. We've had good games, we've had long games, we've had short games, we've had drama. It is 2-2 in this best of 5 F2 versus DoD. Last game will be on random map, and I am so nervous about what's about to happen just because of having to be in the enviable position to declare a win. And oh man, I'd like to see Dodd win just so I don't have to feel like I directly contributed to the results. So I think I made the right decision in my mind, but still, I hate to be in that position. But we shall see. It's game five, random. Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, it's gonna be awesome though. But I might have a lot of people mad at me after this game. But let's just jump into it. Let's see what it is. A random game, random map. I mean, Hoo-wee. Season number 31. The finals. Game number 5. Let me make sure I'm ready to go. I am. At the scoreboard should say 2-2 up on the top. It does. Here we go. Game. Let's figure out what the map is first. I can't even see it. What is the map? It is Alfheim. Ooh-wee. Well, that is interesting. Alfheim. Well, what do the players go with here? First, we're starting with F2. They're using their winning team, it looks like, from the last couple games. We've got player is green. He's Zeus. We have Ouroboros as the Loki pocket. I think that's really where you want him to be. And then your last player is Goldline has switched to Aranos. Goldline's really played a variety of gods this match. This whole match. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh man, so let's look at DoD. Let's see who they've got this time. They've got rolling out what they hope is their best. They've got Scotty playing Aranos. I'd say his Aranos is better than Gold Lion, so that's a good one-on-one matchup. We've got Shelty as Loki pocket. Okay, so double Loki. And then Joe is Loki on... Ooh, Alfheim, Loki. Two of them. Very dependent on hunt. So the very first thing that we need to look at is the hunt amounts. How much do we have? That's a pretty good hunt amount there. Tusk of the Iron Boar, it's not really going to need that. What other hunt do we have? More hunt down here. Unfortunately, his hunt is kind of split up, where he's got his one pack down here and his other hunt way up here. He should almost kind of do a slightly different build, where he's going to make like a fourth ox cart maybe, and start sending villagers up here to hunt, because you don't want to send more down here because that's so inefficient. Or what he could do is just switch his woodvilles to the hunt up here maybe, and just be a little bit more efficient. Shelty on the other hand has pretty good hunt here. He's got his one mid pack here and one larger pack there, and then he's got another pack down here. So that could be Scotty's, but Scotty would rather the ally get it there, as the Loki would get that. But yeah, Joe's is not quite as good spread. Player meanwhile has got hunt right in front of his base. His other hunt is forward as well. He's only got forward hunt. This hunt back here is, I think, Ouroboros, aka Shelby's hunt. And otherwise, he went up to this very forward hunt up there, which is pretty far forward, but not a big deal. You know, you hunt on it, and then you can get back to your base pretty quick. Meanwhile, Gold Lion's hunt is forward. Scotty's hunt is also pretty decently forward. Where's his second hunt? Oh, it's back here. Okay. The hunt looks pretty equal overall. Joe just a little bit. Okay, he did do what I thought he would maybe do. This is the sign of a good player. A bad player would send all of his hunt down here and then make the long road up here to go to this hunt. Instead, what Joe's doing is kind of mixing up his build a little bit, where he's going to send what would have been his wood villagers up here, and then these villagers will eventually become wood. He probably maybe should have, well, no, he's got to run back anyway. I was going to say he could like send a cow down here just to stay on the food without having to move, but that's okay. Real quick, we better look at the relics because Alfheim has a ton of relics, and if there's a boot to kick everything on this map. Knows the Sphinx, more HP, that's actually pretty good. The Ankara, more favor, toothed arrows, more damage for archers, more hero damage to myth units. That's actually really nice to get as Xanaranos in this position here. The Head of Orpheus, more line of sight. That's pretty decent. Odin Spear won't be really too helpful here. Thundercloud Shawl, more pierce armor. And I think that's about it. So far we have not found that one relic to really make the day, which is that boot to kick everything relic. Let's take a look and see who is aging up. Forseti, Hermes, Prometheus, Forseti. Nothing crazy. It's pretty much standard. Scotty going for a 430 maybe? 413. So he's a little bit below. Ooh. 430 for Gold Lion. Scotty's going for an almost 5-minute. That's brave to do that. See his villager coming back, anticipating the raid coming in here. So he's going to run back. Joe gets more cavalry and chariot archer hit points. It's nothing too great, but it'll help maybe later if he has to make some cavalry and such. But nice age up here for Joe. We have player and Shelby really being defensive with their walls, which is pretty standard with the Zeus. They're going to be defensive early. I don't know if what player will do, if he's going to make... No, he's not going to make centaurs. Kind of pointless against double Loki anyway. I wonder if he goes Hoplite or Hippocon in this position. This is, well, he's going Hoplite. Hoplite, so double Hoplite. He's going to, if he gets pushed off of this hunt, that could be big. And we see that Joe has already got 4 Herseer and the Troll up here. This is the very first early big pressure. A little bit of Promethean here, but this is big. And player with a nice wall will be able to run backwards through it. Will we pick off a Vil? Just needs 2 more shots from the Troll. 1 more shot. She stopped. Oh, he didn't. If the Troll would have maybe kept on going, could have gotten in range. Well, the Villy lives with 1 hit point. Did we have a spy get used at all by DoD there? No spy used. He doesn't know about this hunt, but I don't think at this point player's going to go up there anyways. We see that he is pumping out the hoplites and then the super strong heroes. That is what you want to do. Oh, Shelby used his hero on that unit. Very, that's good. A lot of times Loki players will just use it on villagers. It's actually much more important to know where the army is. That can really help you with getting doubles and triples and such. Gotta watch out for your Rolsark. Run him in, Shelty. Okay, runs in, a little bit of wall there. Got the 6 Herseer here. No Holothanes for anyone yet. And we'll see who can win the Aranos match. This is one of those snowbally games. I mean, if an Aranos gets behind early, then you got the Loki to follow up late to really do a ton of damage. Oh, Joe coming down here with... did not use a spy. I think DoD has to use their spies earlier than what they did. In fact, neither of them used a spy, and line of sight is huge. The information it could give you. So instead of being on this hunt, which this is huge. I mean, look at this. He could be on this hunt. There's nothing here. Instead, he's down here killing a few buildings. We've got, looks like a double coming down on Ouroboros. That is the benefit that you get is being double Loki. Oh, Shelby losing a couple. Herseer here. You don't want to lose them. And he's running up here to the protection of player coming down. You know, we've got Scotty on the offensive. We got Gold line is coming over here for the double, though. Ooh, this could be big if these units get trapped. But the Hersier are pretty quick. Should be able to kind of just run through here without taking too much damage. We do have Hall of Thanes for both. I think he just lost one Hersier. No big deal. As long as you can stay offensive. Did F2 scout that hunt? Or not F2. Did DoD scout that? They did not. That could be big. He does not know about that hunt up there. Oh, man. Does not know about the hunt. We've got Scotty coming back. He probably knows there's some villagers here. He's going to find some. And there's not enough units for Gold Line to defend. Oh, yeah. Forces out the shockwave. The counter shockwave. Now Scotty's got to get out of here, though. There's too many units coming at him. He's losing units here that he should not be losing. He's got to run. Gotta run. We've got another Valor. Oh, he's losing his whole army. As soon as that first shockwave came out, he should have ran. Instead, he lost a few units, was able to get away a little bit. But Joe, not knowing about this, I mean, Hunt gathers so much faster, about 30% faster than non-Hunt. And to allow this Hunt happening, that's big because the Greek, in order to maintain hoplite production, oh, going for the build block. I think there's a hole here. There is, so nothing going. A little bit of pressure here. Scotty with the high score. Got all three kind of converging down here on the bottom. Gonna kill this temple, or try to. I don't think anybody's aging up. No. Coming back for a back scout. They know about this villagers, and they're probably gonna find those as well. We have a huge army for Gold Line up front. Scotty falling back. This is going to be a good raid. This is going to be a good raid for Shelty. I don't know why Shelby did not. Shelby versus Shelty. I don't know why they knew this was coming, but he's kept these villagers here, and now they're getting picked off. This is big. Getting every villager down. Got 4 villies. Couple, and then he can maybe even pressure there. Meanwhile, nothing else is going on. We've got DoD on the offensive on every spot here. We've got Shelty on, not Shelty, Scotty picking off a little bit on the back. And now we can see this is the value. The early Zeus does have to be just a little bit defensive, which is what we see here. In fact, where is his army? Not very big. And now we have the spy. One spy has been used by DoD, so they know where this army is. And oh, they could catch this Vil before it builds this. Oh, he could have maybe finished it. But this villager's going down. There's no way this villager gets out. And that's a pretty big one. That's your future settlement villager building here. And oh, we have a settlement getting grabbed by Scotty. He needs to get a manor here. This is, F2 has full line of sight of that. You could send just a few units down there. We still got units in the back roaming around. I wonder if it'll intercept these villagers going to the back. They don't have line of sight of that. Oh, this is so close. Oh, will he see? Will he see? No, missed. But here comes the second wave. Oh, they spotted it. That is, oh, and instantly Shelby notices it, comes back, but he is picked off. But he's got Hersia here to defend. I think Shelby has the advantage here, whereas this might be a winning fight. No, it's not. No, there's enough Murmillo here. Enough Murmillo. Scotty trying to grab this town center. It'll be big if he can get it up. It will be really big if he can. It's all about the pressure. Player is defensive. He knows this is being built because of the spy. Does it get built in time? What's going on down here? More raids. Oh my goodness, this is huge. Build block on the Vils. Does this get finished? No, it does not. Oh, we got action everywhere. The build block, the Villies, the Shelby's economy is in a wreck. Joe is losing his town center. Not a big deal. It would have been big to get that up, but this town center is going to go up. We have full-on pressure from Scotty down here because Gold Line has to come back and defend this. This will probably clean this up. Losing a lot of units on the back end of that raid, but that's okay because Shelby is so far behind. Remember, Shelby is Ouroboros. Who's aging up? Shelby is aging up, 72% up, but he doesn't have a huge army. Doesn't have much of an eco. I mean, there's going to be no army follow-up. And it looks like Joe's going to hold this and maybe be able to build this again, or will this player kind of sit back and let this get built? We have a temple getting built. He is up. Joe is up, so you can see he's ahead of Shelby for sure. I think Shelty is not up, though. No, he is already up. And we've now got 2 town centers by both. Scotty grabbing a third. DoD coming in with the advantage so far. They are in the advantage. 150. Look like pops though are pretty similar by everybody, but Joe would like to. Oh, look at these vills up there. Joe would really like to get this up without having to use a god power here. You use flaming weapons here. I think you have to. You can't lose this fight. He's gonna lose too much. You gotta use flaming weapons. Has to. This is a losing fight for him. I think it's a losing fight. Maybe it's not. There's the one hero is down. There's only one hero left. But he's losing so many hers here. Oh man, not casting. I don't think this is the right idea for Joe here. I don't think... Oh, he did push back, but he's got so many low units. I mean, but the myth units can tank. There's only one hero, and meanwhile we have a huge aggression here on the bottom. Shelty is all over. Shelby's army in the wrong position. Shelty is attacking the town center. This could force out a ceasefire anyway. It does, and that will allow... Oh, so this was the right play for Joe. This was the right play to not use flaming weapons, because now he will use flaming weapons later, and there will be no ceasefire to stop it. So, I mean, there's no curse here, so it's going to take some time to rebuild his army. I mean, if player does not have to use ceasefire there, I think that's a win for player as far as the trade there. But he had to use it to save his ally, Shelty, going big, grabbing this forward town center. So far, the story of this game has been all about the aggression. F2 has been aggressive, or not F2, I keep mixing them up. DoD has been aggressive all game long, which has forced F2 to be back. And they're going to have some magical plays to bring this back around. But it's hard to have magical plays when you're defensive. They can't attack anywhere. Player is aging up Apollo, but there is no more ceasefire for any of the flaming weapons. And this is up. We will probably have matching flaming weapons down here. What kind of armory upgrades? Nothing. Shelty is at... Hold on. Shelby's at 145 pop. Shelby is at 115. So Shelty's probably got like 10 more Hersier than Shelby does. And that could be the huge difference here. And Gold Lion just immediately loses the town center anyway because of the battle boars knocking it down. And we have the battling of the double... flaming weapons here. We also have Joe using flaming weapons up here. This is not as good of a flaming weapons for Joe. There's not a ton of hers here. This is the battle here to watch. Can F2 hold this? I don't think they can. There's just too many Hersier. There's too many Hersier here. Just Shelty has more Hersier. I mean, look at the score difference, 3,000 to 2,100 in the same position. And, I mean, this battle will rage on for a while. We've got Scotty funnel in units. We've got Gold Lion trying to funnel in units as well, but he's only at one town center. And, I mean, the fight is kind of dwindling. We kind of got a bit of a stalemate, but it doesn't matter because the town center is down. Meanwhile, let's look up here. Got Mountain Giants smashing away at everything. There are no heroes out. Oh, here comes a hero. Here comes a hero getting on the weak. Oh, the town center goes down. Any god powers to save the day. F2 player has Underworld. The score difference is becoming huge. I think DoD, I don't know if there's any way back from our F2 from here. Just the pressure put on by DoD was huge, and that is it. Oh man. DoD wins. They have won season number 31 with really some fantastic pressure here. All game long, just pressure. Shelby just fell way behind. Gold Lion behind. I felt at the beginning that this was a good matchup for DoD here because Scotty is a really good Oranos player. Gold Lion, I don't think is quite at Scotty's caliber. So we had Gold Lion defensive. We had Shelby defensive. We had player defensive. What that's normal is the early Greek here. You got to be defensive, but Joe with really good Loki play. You think of him as a Norse maid, and he was Loki, and that was fantastic. I really brave taking that fight, because he loses that fight, then all of a sudden player can maybe like start doing a hoplite push, but just the bottom half was just too far gone. Had to use the ceasefire to save the town center. In the end, it went down anyway. In the end, the ceasefire was not enough to save F2. They win. Let's update the scoreboard. I have to say, a burden is kind of lifted off of my back. With that win, F2 loses. DoD wins. They are your champions. Well played. What a fantastic series all around. I wish that game 3 wouldn't have ended up in a stuck out of sync, because that would have been a fun game to end. I mean, I'm confident that F2 would win that, but still would have been fun to see how that happened. But in the end, really well played by DoD. I mean, every game that they won was pretty one-sided. I mean, they were all over the place. We had pretty even civilian counts, but you just keep on having these raids on Shelby. I mean, the civilian count is due to player being up, but that's not a huge deal, because the power early on is in your Lokis, and if a Loki falls behind like Shelby did, it's so hard to come back. We even had Gold Lion taking some losses too from villagers that I kind of must have missed, because I didn't notice these vills, but you can see his vill comparison to his man. So you can kind of just showcase. So Skady versus Gold Lion here, just head-to-head fight, you know, kind of. I mean, but they're the head-to-head positions. And we can see that Scotty went up with a later advance. That's actually an uncommon 5-minute advance. Interesting to know why it was a 5-minute advance. Maybe because he assumed that with the double Loki he would get the pressure anyway, his team would, so he could afford that, which should give him a better economy. In the end, just a little bit, nothing too big, but this is where the raid started happening in the town center. A little bit of a difference here. Scotty grabbed it first, got his third town center, and Gold Lion just got some raids in on his villies that I guess I must have missed, losing a couple vills here and there, and then just was not able to keep up, and that becomes, you know, this big differential here. We can look at Shelty versus Ouroboros. All resources actually pretty even up until that big raid on the gold. This was the raid on the food. I think that killed 4 vills, but it was the gold raid. Killed a total of almost about 10 villagers. There are 8-9 villagers there, and you can see his gold total. Look how long his gold was idle. I mean, the complete flat line here, then just a little trickle coming in. It's hard to survive off of that, really is. Military units actually pretty even most of the game there, but you get Shelty with you a little bit early. Actually, at that fight, it was really even. Going in, they actually had the same number of units there for a brief second, but Shelby did not have the resources to replenish his army. Shelty did. And then last, let's look at the Joe and player comparison here. Really, they never really fought each other up until that one fight. You can see this is the fight here where Joe with the Hersier will have fewer units, but the Hersier are super strong. He lost about 10 and about 10. So yeah, the fight was kind of in player's favor there overall, but Joe, I think, took it knowing that the allies were probably going to force a ceasefire. Joe could have maybe been just a little bit more defensive, knowing the ceasefire would probably come, but you know, that takes a lot of communication there to know that the ceasefire is probably coming from the bottom, because it would have been nice to just kind of dink and dunk a little bit with his fights and not really go head to head and then wait until after the ceasefire. But we can see the team stats on the military. This is that big fight to end the game, and bam, way down. Actually, F2 had the advantage. That's because of the Greek, though, coming in that last fight. But yeah, this is the huge difference. Just Scotty and Shelty were able to replenish their army, and Gold Lion and Shelby were not. We can look at the resources. That doesn't really tell us much. The military will tell us a little bit more. Shelby had a good kill-death ratio, actually. Joe had a really phenomenal one. Player did not. I mean, it's kind of expected as Greek to be a bit behind. This is maybe a little bit bigger behind than he should have been. Shelty, pretty decent. He kind of was the carry, the pocket carry there. Skady really lost a lot of units. Didn't really notice that well, yeah, we saw that in a couple raids, but he was economically so far ahead he could kind of afford it, you know, and as long as you are continuing to cause economical mayhem, you can kind of afford a bit of a kill-death ratio. But that is it. So, the finals have been played. The RTS League season is kind of over. There's a couple, like, what do you call extra matches that'll be even played yet, so we still might have a few games. I don't know if I'll post them. I'm going to be pretty busy with the upcoming tournament. That is, well, actually just started, but that's it for tonight. So what a series, a little bit wild, some drama that maybe wish wouldn't have happened, but overall, I mean, yeah, well, you got a little bit of everything here. Some good plays, some bad plays, everything. So what a fantastic series, what a fantastic game to finish the night off with. I think there's a lot of luck here because Alfheim can be a really, really low hunt, but we actually got some pretty decent hunt spawns for the Lokis, which was huge. I know anytime you're Loki and you see Alfheim pull up, you're like, oh, is it high hunt? Is it low hunt? I don't know. In the end, it was pretty high hunt for Alfheim. Not the highest, but it could have been a lot worse. But that's it. So thank you all for watching. What a series. Congratulations to DoD. They won. They were deserving. Played really well in their wins for sure. Really 3 pretty easy wins. So well done to DoD. And my prediction from the other day came true. I thought that DoD would win 3-2. I felt that they really picked it up at the end of the season. Played really well into the playoffs. Thought that F2 had some chinks in their armor. With some losing Green Sea Squash due to some behavioral issues earlier in the season. Felt that they had some chinks in their armor, and it showed. I mean, it was still super close. 1 game away from winning, but 1 game away is not enough. So, again, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the RTS League games. For this season, it's been fun. I love RTS League. We will have season 32 coming probably in a few months, so you'll have to sit tight and wait. Otherwise, until then, I have some 1v1 tournament games for you guys coming up for next month and a half, 2 months for sure. So thanks for watching. I'm Chrono JJ. Appreciate everybody's support, and we will catch all of you guys later. That is it. Good night, good day, and goodbye.